starlight now. We're in the starlight now. We're in the starlight now.
and welcome into the Boise State Game Pants Esports Arena. We're here today for week 2 of our Fall Esports Tower Rumble in Rocket League, where talented all-star teams of the Esports Tower compete every 2 weeks in a standalone tournament. Tonight, we're back to 3-on-3. We get a debut of a long-awaited new Esports Tower team, and an old favorite from the high school level comes back to our Rumbles. I'm Michael Fisher, your host, and help me call all of the action. It's already Nerdy Bird Rain. And Nerdy Bird, we've heard a lot about the Esports Tower making a new team. It is the Esports Tower Ghosts. They are all supersonic legends, highest rank you could be in Rocket League. We'll have one player we recognize, Jay Blank, forming the Barracudas, and 2 new players. This team automatically comes in as probably the new favorite. Sorry, Barracudas and everybody else.
I can't argue with you on that one. I mean, Supersonic Legend across the board, finding 3 players that will meld well together, I feel like is difficult, because when you hit that level of gameplay, a lot of it is kind of coming down to the fact that they are aware of what they need to be doing without talking to anybody else on the team. So let's see if that comes to be either actually helpful for them or a disadvantage because they aren't communicating enough, just assuming what their teammates are going to be doing. But obviously they've been in the works for a little bit. They've had time to practice. I'm excited to see what they have to bring to the table, but I'm also excited to see what the other teams are going to do in order to counter whatever they can do, because at the end of the day, these are multiple Esports Tower teams, and they know, of course, we have Forsyth coming in, who is a pretty hard-hitting team for a high school team. Yeah,
you stole it right out of my mouth. As you see there, we got one high school team back, Forsyth Central, one of our stronger high school teams. They had some epic battles with the Barracudas in the summer. They are back, and we also got a couple of new Esports Tower teams in the Eagles and the Gators, but we have the Barracudas back again. We have the Swerve, who we've been consistently watching. We have the Hammerheads and the Mammoths we haven't seen in some time, so it is lining up to be a fantastic Rumble. Cannot wait to see how week 1 kicks off. I think our main focus is going to be those ET Ghosts versus the Barracudas and Forsyth, but we also, Nerdy, have a new Rumble format. A little bit different this time. We're now going to a show match style of the Rumble to bring us more unique and more competitive matchups that we might not have seen with a normal bracket. It won't affect today. Today will be almost a standard. You would never know it's different, but next week we will have highlight matches matching up teams that win separate groups of similar skill levels. So really just a way for us to see more and more Esports Tower players, and that is never a bad thing. So I cannot wait for week 2 and our highlight matches, but tonight we've got a lot of great games in store as well.
Yes, it's going to be great to be able to actually shine the spotlight on everybody a little bit more equally. I mean, yes, always during our leading up stage, the group stages, it felt like we gave equal spotlight and shine to everybody, but when you have teams that are consistently setting the high bar, it makes it difficult for the other teams to catch up. So coming next week, being able to see everybody just shine as bright as possible would be lovely. But I'm also excited because this is like my first time back since the start of the fall season here at Esports Tower, and it's been a while since I've been able to watch any of these teams play, and I'm really excited to watch the Ghosts play because obviously other than Jay Blank, the rest are new faces to me.
Well, so we do get Doc's keys to the game. A reminder, tonight will be single round-robin group stage. Every series will be a best of 3. And, of course, we got to get 2 Doc's keys of the game in Rocket League. Create mistakes, punish the overcommit, don't overstay, and bump and demo to disrupt. It's presented by Esports Tower. Score pro advice at esportstower.com. Improve your game sense, improve your team play, improve your performance under pressure. You'll get matched with great players and professional coaches to help you rank up. And, of course, a quick reminder before we kick things off, make sure if you're watching on Twitch to support your team, celebrate their successes, be respectful of the fans, and mods will remove anyone who violates the chat rules. But we'll kick off with our round 1 matchup. Forsyth Central taking on one of the new teams, the ET Eagles. Forsyth making their return with almost a brand new roster. We'll see how they're able to do as the Eagles making their Rumble debut as well. We'll see if they're able to match a very strong high school team.
We do have a member of the Eagles trying to corral the ball down here in the corner. One of Forsyth does manage to take it away, but then a double commit there from the Eagles, gets a shot on goal. It is cleared all the way down to the other goal that was completely open by the Eagles, unfortunately, scoring Forsyth their first goal this time around.
By a familiar face. You said one member remaining for Forsyth. It is Buddy RV, who is maybe their best player. And he starts off early as the Eagles trying to set something up here. Great stop, but a huge follow-up.
The equalizer found almost immediately, but that demolition that occurred, beautiful, well-timed.
Ooh, nice tie-up on the kickoff. Huge demolition. We're already getting explosive here. Stealth looking to center it up, just misses. Kit Kat at least gets it to center field before it's thrown right back. And the Eagles have a pretty strong start here against Forsyth Central. Another demolition for the Eagles on screen. And I think I heard just another one. Wow.
That was a huge advantage, taking that man down, though only 3 seconds is huge. They have to reposition and get boost back. Was not enough time to recover and get in the goal to help their team out. Now, Forsyth has to correct everything that they felt just went wrong, which I think is get rid of the demolition opportunities for the Eagles. They are taking you guys out. Follow Doc's old key of allay those demos, my friends.
Oh, huge clear from TJ down to Buddy RV. Can they play it off the backboard? No. Good job by Kit Kat staying back. Thief looking to set something up. You got to dodge those demos. They were fast and furious in the first minute and a half. There's a great steal near midfield. Looking for a follow-up, just not quite able to find it.
We do have Buddy bouncing off that back wall to center it up for Kit Kat, who's going to try and take it away here from one of the members of the Eagles. It bounces between 3 people. Ultimately, Kit Kat gets advantage and takes it away, but it's stolen by one of the Eagles players, sent back over towards the Eagles goal, though, by one of the Forsyth Central players, as another demolition comes out from one of the Eagles.
Oh, a huge miss there, but Kit Kat just can't quite find the back of the net. TJ going to try one more time, but a huge clear by the Eagles all the way down the other side, but Buddy RV making a great save, makes another great save. His stealth misses on it. Now TJ's got a one-on-one. Can he sneak it past the goalie? He cannot. Buddy RV trying to help him out, puts it right in front of the net, but a great little save there by the Eagles, keeps him in the lead.
Now they're trying to take it up that side wall. TJ will elevate and boop it against the wall. Followed up by Buddy with the centering shot over to Kit Kat, but it is stolen away there in the corner, and the corner boost is taken as well. TJ is now rotating back, trying to take the ball away from the Eagles players, but does not manage to do it. It is going to, however, end up with Buddy here on the side, who centers it, dropping down right in front of the orange goal, but unfortunately it will be thrown away by one of the Eagles members.
Oh, huge steal by Kit Kat leads to a great goal from TJ. What a steal in the corner, just like that, we're tied. This next kickoff here, oh, TJ with a clean win. Gonna get that full boost in the corner as well. What an absolute awesome start here for Forsyth, but a nice clear by the Eagles, gives them some breathing room. Kit Kat hits it right back. Buddy trying to maybe cherry pick down by the goal, look for a demo as TJ centers it up, but a huge clear by the Eagles keeps it away from their net.
We had Buddy waiting at that midfield stripe, manages to get a shot on goal. It is going to be turned away. TJ elevates over in front of their own goal for Forsyth, managing to prevent a shot going in. Now it's getting sent back over to the Eagles goal, and it's going to be stopped right at the midfield.
Kit Kat, nice little dunk right over a member of the Eagles. Gets that one stolen away from them, though, as Thief should be able to get to it, but misses. TJ now has a great opportunity, centers it up for Kit Kat. One mistake and Forsyth an immediate punish.
92 seconds left in this round, just 1 goal differential here. I genuinely think we could easily see this go into overtime. There's very little mistakes I see coming out from either side here. Already the demolitions are getting harder to pull out onto Forsyth from the Eagles, as we see Kit Kat clear that one away over towards the Eagles side, and now the Eagles are going to try to turn around, but Buddy interrupts that one and sends it right back towards the Eagles goal.
Oh, TJ lands right on that boost, also bumps and stealth out of the way. Thrift looking for a clear, not able to find it. Now we get a chance here from the Eagles with Buddy RV back in perfect position. Looking to play it off the backboard himself. I think he needs to get rid of the word washed in his name because he is popping off and gives his team a 2-goal lead.
I mean, they even played on a toaster last year and still popped off, so I don't think washed was ever appropriate, Buddy. That's just our opinion, though. As we go into this next round here, the kickoff did end up in front of the Eagles' goal. It's kind of dead, though, being hit around by multiple people, but the follow-up there from one of the Forsyth members is going to find the back of the net, bringing us score to 5-2 now.
Just a blink of an eye. This game was 2-2. What an insane last maybe 30, 40 seconds for Forsyth. Stealth. Oh, I thought it was saved. Eagles aren't done yet. Nice little goal there. If they get this kickoff dirty, they can be right back in it.
I used to always love seeing kickoff goals, and I want to see the Eagles pull that off. Unfortunately for them, TJ did win that kickoff. They did put enough pressure on them, though, to lose the ball, and a shot on goal. Barely saved by TJ, and I think a little bit of help from that crossbar.
Oh, last chance here for the Eagles. They probably need a Skola now, since they do need 2, but TJ and Kit Kat immediately swap sides of the field. Does look like they're going to center it up. Here comes Stealth. One last chance. Buddy makes a great save. Can Thrift put it on net? No. And I think Buddy's 2 heroic saves right there will probably slam the door shut on the Eagles. As we do take a look, it looks like Forsyth ended up winning this series 2-0 at the bottom of your screen. But honestly, this is a tough first matchup for your first ever Rumble, Nerdy, and to get this close to upsetting Forsyth, at least in the highlight game we saw, This Eagles team is here to play.
I'm excited to see how things work out for them as time moves on. They'll have a lot of time with their coaches. They were playing very well and creating opportunities to score goals. I mean, they took a page out of Forsyth Central's one of their older players, Ariana, who used to just go for demolitions in the goal to create goal-scoring opportunities for their team. Well, Forsyth wasn't doing that. The Eagles did that themselves.
Yeah.
It was so great to see, and I'm excited to see if they can do that more often coming up. Granted, yes, the players couldn't hear us when I said, you know, you got to olay those demos, but they did start dodging them a little bit better. But I feel like the Eagles will come back swinging in the future, trying to even possibly get that demolition expert achievement during the game.
Well, bad news for the Eagles. They just took on Forsyth Central, who was making their return. Now we get to see them take on the Ghosts in their debut. Remember, this Ghost is a full Supersonic Legends team made up of Jay Blank and 2 members we have not seen before. So if the Eagles can hold tough here, that is going to be a huge statement as they are in the orange, the Ghosts are in the blue. Great start here for the Eagles. Ball right in front of the net. Zulfi gets a fantastic clear shot, just a little bit wide. Wild able to make a nice save there.
One of the things I've heard is that, you know, at the top level gameplay here for Rocket League, there is a very constant meta that exists. I feel like if you are the Eagles right now, the best thing you can do is just make the side of the Ghost question everything that you are doing, because it won't make sense. It's not going to be familiar for their meta. Just go fast, go hard, and be crazy is possibly the best thing they could possibly do. They're holding their own here as almost a full minute has gone down. And as I say that, we see the Ghosts score their first goal there. I believe, yes, it was Zulfi who managed to score that one.
Absolutely insane play. Zulfi, Fire, and Jay Blank. As we said, we've seen Jay Blank quiet a bit. See what Zulfi and Fire can do is an excellent setup there. Zulfi just barely misses their second goal. This ball all on the orange side right now, cleared in front of the net. Fire racing over there, steals that full boost, but a great job by Stealth. Pass over to Wild, but he just barely misses on that follow-up, so Zulfi can make a nice save and try and follow it up near midfield, though Thrift steals it away from them. Ooh, miscommunication there, and a huge double commit for the Eagles.
The Eagles still managed to get it cleared over towards the Ghost net. It is sent right back over the midfield. However, now one of the members of the Eagles is elevated, trying to gain control here. Booms it over the hood of one of the members of the Ghost to score the equalizer. That was beautiful.
This Eagles team is coming out insanely strong. Great job by Stealth there off the kickoff. Oh, Stealth got a chance on a nice little cheat there, but it is saved by Fire. Jay Blank trying to play it up. Ooh, great bump out of the way, but Fire still maintains possession. Thrift misses on it. Fire looking to maybe dummy one out there, fake one for a teammate, but not quite able to. Jay Blank gets that ball stolen away, and the Eagles survive. A fantastic attempt as we get a demo, looks like, from the Ghosts.
Oh, and that one almost looked like it went in. It was a pass back to their goalkeeper there from one of the Ghost members. They barely managed to save it from going in. We do see it popped up there by one of the Eagles trying to drop it down here in the corner. They're centering it up for one of their teammates. I believe that's Stealth there, trying to send it over to Thrift. They do have one member of the Ghosts on them as well as one in the goal, so it's going to be a little difficult here as Zelfi does manage to take it up the side.
Well, great center there from the Eagles. Jay Blank gets possession, though. He wants to dribble the length of the field. He's got Zulfi right below him, but he doesn't need him until a huge save by Wild at the last second. Insane play, and now Wild almost scores cross map. Demo off screen, one more chance there. I think Zulfi just made 3 saves in 10 seconds.
There was 3 shots on goal from all 3 members of the Eagles there, though. That is nicely done. Honestly, that's kind of what you have to do when you're going against a team like the Ghosts. It almost goes in. Just, dang it, that dang 100% of the ball must cross the line is so irksome to have to see. In my heart, though, the Eagles scored that one.
So the Eagles team has some insane pressure. They're going to keep this one alive right in front of the net. Wild's just a bit too slow. I'm with you, Nerdy. I don't know how that ball did not go in and give the Eagles the lead. Now they've got to play defense, though. Zulfi waiting for it, just barely misses on it. Fire can't quite find it. Huge pass down to Stealth, but he can't redirect the ball on net. Jay Blank dribbles it around a couple. We're down to 90 seconds. It's been a back-and-forth game as Jay Blank misses a shot on a wide-open net.
And now we've got one of the Eagles taking it up the side. It is going to drop right in front of one in Fire over here on the corner by the Ghost. One of the other Eagles teammates is there for the follow-up, gets it off that back wall, but it's not enough speed to get it to bounce clearly to the center. We've got Stealth now taking a shot on goal with a follow-up from one of their teammates. Unfortunately, Jay Blank will steal it away before they connect with the ball.
Oh, Jay Blank wants to set it up for a teammate. Huge save by Thrift. Kept alive by Zulfi, though. Stealth just going to kind of lob it down to the blue side. Fire was a nice challenge, pops it up in the air. Who's going to go for it on the Ghost? It's going to be Fire. Shot is wide of the net. J-Blank steals it though, puts it in a great spot for Zolfi. Huge demo as well. The Ghosts get the lead.
That was a very calculated demolition. Whomever that landed on for the Eagles, honestly, it's really hard to dodge that one when you're trying to be the goalkeeper. Nicely done thus far, though. 45 seconds remaining. It's only 2-1. That's what we like to see. I mean, the Ghosts, as we said, are supersonic legends, but the Eagles, you wouldn't know that they were not the same rank across the board as the Ghosts with the way the scoreboard and the way this game has shaken out so far.
Yeah, the Eagles have had so many great opportunities. Can they find one more here in the final 30 seconds, get us to overtime? Fire just not able to get stopped. Now it's all up to Wild. Zolfi's going to elevate, play it off the backboard. Oh my goodness, that would have been an insane goal, but they just barely missed.
I could not foresee how physically that ball could have gone in from dropping directly straight down in front of the goal. That would have been a defiance of science, in my opinion. So we hit down to the 2-second mark. Now the ball just has to hit the ground for the round to end. And with that, the Ghosts will take home their first victory here, but a well-fought game coming out of the Eagles for their second round here in the Esports Tower. That was honestly phenomenal.
Yeah, that was absolutely impressive. I mean, we talked and we hyped up the Ghosts, but I mean, the Eagles have so far, despite getting 2 losses, have looked really strong against some really insane competition. And this Group A is absolutely stacked. We've seen 3/4 of it. The Ghosts, Forsyth Central, and the Eagles. Now we're going to get to our premier match of this round, and guess what? It's the last team in Group A. It's the Barracudas versus Forsyth Central. This Group A is absolutely stacked. We get some old rivals here. They met in so many grand finals, so many semifinals, but there's only 2 names to recognize, Quez and Buddy RV. Everybody else is new. We'll see who comes out on top here. This Forsyth with a great start, nearly puts it in, and Kit Kat sneaks it in for our first goal, just 13 seconds in.
These are 2 teams that we've notoriously seen score a disgusting amount of goals within a very short amount of time. I think topping even that of the Boise State Broncos record for Rocket League at times. So 1 goal scored first 30 seconds, not that bad. Another goal scored not even after full 30 seconds has passed. 1-1. So we might as well be at 0-0 now. Interesting to see if this speed keeps up with the rest of the game.
Somebody you got to watch out for on the Barracudas is Drove. We saw them last week. His buddy just kind of lobs one on net. Huge miscommunication. It was 2v2s last week, Nerdy, but Drove scored 6 goals in a game that went to overtime 6-6.
That is
actually 1v2 it.
Holy cow, that is just ridiculous.
So that is a name you want to watch out for. They're going to score a ton of goals. I've not seen anything from Adrift Lemming, though they did score the first goal for the Barracudas. And this rivalry off to an insane start as Kit Kat nearly scores another one. Poor Quez able to just barely clear it out. Kept alive. Do we have another goal in the first minute? Oh, but he can't quite connect.
Still got 9 seconds, but the ball is slowing down quite a bit here. Now everyone's kind of resetting. We do see Buddy steal the ball away there at mid, sending it over to TJ, playing it off the side. One of the members of the Barracudas will manage to shoot it into the mid, though. Follow-up there from Quez will not have enough possession for them to regain the ball possession, but a shot on goal. A minute and 10 seconds, 4 goals. That's quite a bit.
This is an explosive series. This has been insane. Now Kit Kat might have a chance on the kickoff.
No way. Okay.
Grove makes a great save. And I've been told by the Esports Tower coaches they think this Forsyth Central team individually is better than the team that was in the field in the spring, Nerdy. So we know how good that team was. If Buddy's able to get this team on the same level, they are going to be a tough team to beat.
Honestly, it comes down to teamwork and trusting your teammates as Buddy takes it all the way down to the Barracudas goal. Unfortunately, the recenter shot off their own tires was not at the right angle. Sometimes being your own save and rebound shot is not going to work out in your favor, as we see that Buddy's still trying to maintain possession, does get the ball stolen away there by, I believe, Quez, who drops it right down in front of the Forsyth goal, but it does spike a little bit too high.
Oh, Drove can't quite find it. TJ's just got to get to that ball. Time the net's wide open.
Oh, TJ, nicely done.
Fantastic job there. Quez, I mean, I don't think they've missed a single rumble like ever in their career, which is just a huge shout out to them. They're a fantastic coach on and off the field as well. They could get this Barracuda squad of Drove, who we've seen a little bit of, and Adrift Lemming, who seems to be new to us. They could get this squad up in shape as well. I would not be shocked if the Ghosts don't dominate as much as we're expecting. This ball just kind of bouncing around in the mid. Oh, Buddy barely misses on that one. Drove, looking for a center to somebody. Tries to take it himself. Nice steal there by TJ.
We do have Quez, though, who was waiting at the bottom of that arc, stole the ball away, had it shot all the way back over the Forsyth Central side. The centering pass, however, will be stolen away by one of the members of Forsyth, and there's going to be another throwback from one of the Barracudas. Interrupted in mid-flight, though, and it's still here on the side of the Barracudas.
Oh, Buddy gets that ball stolen away from him by a drift Lemming. Now in the corner, Barracuda's looking to tie this one up. Drove is right there, can't quite get it. Quez will stop it not once, but twice right in front of his net, but TJ still gets a great center! And Buddy almost has a huge shot, but a drift Lemming was a fantastic save.
They play it around one of the members of Forsyth as well, managing to pass it to Quez. The demolition also comes out, but Buddy interrupts the shot on goal, sending it back to the midfield. Now we have, I believe that's Drift coming in, getting another shot. It's too far in front of the goal, though, to count towards their shots on goal, unfortunately, though. It'd be like that as we see TJ take the ball away here right in front of their own goal. It is going to be stolen away yet again. It's just constantly getting taken away by everybody. Both sides are ball hogs, but not in regards to their own teammates, which is great to see.
TJ looking for a setup, didn't have any boost. A drift Lemming can't quite seek that ball around. Buddy, what a fantastic pass over to TJ. Couldn't quite handle it, but that was a cross-map beauty from Buddy. So you do see a demo from Kit Kat as Forsyth getting back to their old ways. A double demo for Kit Kat. Going back to the roots for Forsyth Central. Drove still has a great chance. It is saved to drift Lemming. Can't quite find the back of the net either as we drop under 60 seconds in our first game here.
That initial shot on goal was vastly interrupted there by one of the members of Forsyth just ramming into one of the members of Barracudas. During the moment they took the shot, just enough to throw off the trajectory of that ball as it's now in front of Forsyth Central goal. Buddy pops it high above the net. We've got a drift trying to steal it away, but Buddy gets advantage here. It is going to be disrupted at the midfield by, I believe, Quez right there. And now we are racing back towards the Barracuda's goal as it rolls in, bringing our score to 4-2.
Yeah, TJ sniped that one at the end there to get credit. I think that ball would have gone in regardless as Kit Kat gets a nice little touch off the kickoff with a little cheat, but Quez is in a perfect position, gets that full boost. TJ lobs another shot. Drift Lemming can't save it. It's a hat trick for TJ, and Forsyth Central here to play.
24 seconds is a little bit difficult to score 3 goals, and nothing against you, Barracudas. The odds are not in your favor on this one, and that's okay. You guys are playing well, though, as we see a shot taken on goal as one of the members of Forsyth comes flying in to shoot it away. Now trying to corral the ball into the corner. It does get shot away by TJ across that midfield. And Kit Kat has another shot on goal. It's just too high and too far to the left.
Game will end. We're going to take a look at the full series here. Remember, it's a best of 3, so maybe the Barracudas can get back in it as soon as the ball touches the ground. Quez maybe looking to add one for the road. Just barely misses. And I will say, I mean, we saw 2 games so far from Forsyth. We'll see at least one more in this series. They've been tied at like 2-2 with like a minute 30 left on the clock, and then all of a sudden score 3 goals in 20 seconds. I mean, this team somehow puts on goals at the very end of the game in a hurry.
They change up how they're playing in like the last minute of all the games we've seen thus far just to throw everything off. I mean, almost no demolitions to score to getting 3 demolitions, I think in like 30 or 20 seconds is a bit of a change than what we were seeing. Originally, it was just nice little bumps, disruptions, and then it was just full bore, just gasoline on the field for Forsyth Central. And I personally enjoy seeing demolitions, so nicely done.
Yeah, they went back to their roots a little bit there. I don't know, but he's like, hey guys, we tried maybe demoing, because yeah, it was a Kit Kat. I think they like got double demo and then one more 10 seconds later. So we'll see if the Barracudas can respond. Again, this is an Esports Tower team that's been around forever. Quez has been there for every single game, and if there's somebody who could get an Esports Tower team back in kind of a mini reverse sweep in a best of 3 series, Quez is the person to do it as we kick off game number 2. Uh-oh, TJ and Buddy looking on an open net. Buddy's going to drop it in. Forsyth scores first.
You know, you don't anticipate the turnaround to come that fast sometimes. It's okay, it happens. 10 seconds, you can make that one up, Barracudas, as we do have a shot on goal, almost nice dribbling in the air, just got thrown around a little bit as Buddy takes it away. Now we've got Quez recentering the shot, trying to get it over to one of their teammates on the side. They almost get contact with the ball before it is turned away by one of the members of Forsyth, and it's spiked high right in front of an empty net yet again to bring the Forsyth score up to 2.
Just a great job by Kit Kat and Buddy. TJ doesn't even have any points right now, and Forsyth just so good on these kickoffs as well as they win another one. Buddy does get stopped up on the ceiling, though, by Quez. There's a demo. I think that one did come out from the Barracudas, so that does kind of slow things down. His buddy keeps this ball alive, looks to play it themselves, but Quez in perfect spot to be able to dribble this one up. TJ back once again over to Kit Kat, dunked away by Draw.
We do have Buddy elevating, but just missing the ball. TJ's there for the follow-up, and we do see that Draw manages to shoot it over towards the side now, trying to take it up the wall around Kit Kat. I think that was an intentional pass over to one of their teammates, but maybe not, as TJ now has possession and Buddy there for the follow-up with a shot on goal. It is going to be taken away, though, by Drove yet again, who corrals it down perfectly with a stop on the ground. Buddy's there for the follow-up, though, dribbling it over them in front of the goal. Two members of the Barracudas are there, and it does end up just squeaking by them, though. I do think it might have hit one of their tires.
I do not know how Buddy even scored that one. It's a great kickoff here for Drift Lemming. First one the Barracudas have won, but TJ immediately passes it down to Buddy. That ball barely hits off the crossbar to keep it out of the net. Kit Kat with another great center. TJ just kind of ping-pongs that ball in, and Forsyth Central in complete command here in game 2.
We've still got more than half the game left, though. However, a 4-goal lead that needs to start shrinking if you're here to cheer on the Barracudas. They are capable of doing that. We got two, unfortunately, down here in the corner, double committing on that ball, though. Kit Kat gets a shot in. Quez is there to redirect it and then take it out of the net. They're now, unfortunately, the ball's going to be taken away by Buddy with another steal away by Quez. Another shot taken away by Forsyth, though. Playing off the back wall, trying to center it up. Quez will redirect it towards the corner.
Oh, Quez, fantastic clear down. Got Buddy right behind him. They kind of centered up for a Drift Lemming with the ball just not fast enough. Huge shot there from Kit Kat, but Drov is able to save it. Almost halfway through this game 2. We did talk about 30 seconds of goal. That still enough time as there's a huge demo in front of the net for TJ. The Barracudas really cannot afford to allow a 5th goal in, as Quez looking to make a play on it. TJ with a great little snipe, but Drov able to make the save, and the Barracudas looking for a clear out. Quez already down there as Drov gets a huge hit. Quez can't quite dunk it around Buddy, though, and that stops them from making any shots.
Drov once again taking another centering shot here over towards the goal of Forsyth. Buddy saves it. Drov taking it off the wall, though, from that clear, and now we have, it looks like Lemming's trying to battle out for the ball as TJ gets a shot on goal, a little bit too wide, though, and a double commit coming out from the Barracudas. It's going to slow the ball down here on their side of the field.
Oh, great pass from Drift Lemming to Quez. Buddy can't play the rebound.
That was beautiful. Do it again.
Great job by Quez, the old veteran, putting one in the back of the net, keeping his team just barely alive. But off this kickoff, oh my goodness, that ball just almost ricocheted in from the start. Ends up bouncing over Quez's head as Drop looks for center, but it gets denied.
Drov is like a fly on the wall, quite literally waiting there more than once to just shoot the ball away from an attempt to center it up off the side for the Forsyth Central team. That's a great way to just disrupt passing lanes there from the Barracudas, so nicely done, Drov. Let's see if you can do more of that, as we do see kick out demo, I believe Quez there, but it doesn't matter as we have Lemming steal the ball away and try to get a shot on goal.
Ooh, Drov barely misses dunking that one around Buddy on net. As Buddy gets the demo but misses the ball. So stays alive on the blue side. Nice bump there by TJ as Drov comes flying in. Should be able to maybe get that full boost, but misses on the ball. Forces out a double commit. Now it's a one-on-one with an open net. Here comes Kit Kat. They're going to take the shot. Luckily for the Barracudas, it's wide of the net, but they're starting to run out of time.
56 seconds is hard, but Quez has a completely open net opportunity to bring their score up to 2. 54 seconds. I've seen you guys score like 4 goals in 30 seconds, especially you, Quez, at least because I've seen you play enough times. As we mentioned, you haven't missed a single game, which is like superhuman. So I have faith in you guys to bring this one back, but you got to get this ball out of your side of the field, and Quez answers that plea just now, managing to get it sent over with a follow-up shot, but unfortunately just a little too fast and a little too flat to the goal for the Barracudas.
Oh, Kit Kat with a huge clear. Demo, though, does come out of Drift Lemming. Looking for the pass from Drov. Does get dunked around them, though. Probably got to score in the next 10 to 15 seconds if the Barracudas want to have a chance. Great passing, though, but Drop shot just barely misses. TJ with a huge clear down, barely misses the net himself. Buddy's going to pop it up in the air, but I do think Forsyth has killed enough time that a comeback is almost impossible. But Quez and Drop looking to keep it alive. There's a demo!
Oh my, okay, 7 seconds, y'all. How can you do this? Barracudas,
Got to win the kickoff.
you have to.
Oh, there's a chance.
They
Buddy.
kind of do.
Great little play there by Buddy. Gonna lob it on net. Would have gone in if there was more time, but it does not matter. The Barracudas, what a fantastic fight back in that one. Forsyth finishing Group A without dropping a single map, picking up right where they left off. But, oh, my goodness, the teams they beat, the Barracudas and the Eagles, that is not going to be an easy out no matter when you play them. They are fantastic. Well, you know, Nerdy, going at it alone can only get you so far. If you want to increase your chances of success, you have to level up your teaming skills. We saw that with the Barracudas. They kind of look lost in that game too early on. It's a new roster. I'm sure they're still adapting. They came alive in the last 2 minutes. Nearly came back from down 4-0. This team is always fantastic in our Rumbles. They're going to get better and better every week of the fall. Esports Tower really takes the time to create teams of well-matched teammates. I want to give a shout-out to Coach Jake. If you're watching, you haven't checked out Esports Tower clubs yet, you should. It's the fast track to rank up. As we mentioned, a little bit of a different format. Going away from the bracket format, we'll have our group stage here, and then we will have more of a highlight show next week. We take a look at the competitors. If you just swap the Eagles and the Swerve, I've been told that is the group. So Forsyth, Ghost, Barracudas, and Eagles is Group A. Swerve, Hammerheads, Mammoths, and Gators are Group B. I think we'll get a chance to look at Group B here coming up. But what an explosive start to this season. Group A is full of legit teams, Nerdy.
Yeah, you said it was stacked, and that's probably the best way to describe that entire group. Definitely did not disappoint at all seeing any of that. For the Barracudas, I'm very excited to see at least the returning face of Quez, and they showed why they're on the Barracudas and why they've stuck around so long. I remember our first times casting here with Esports Tower. We saw Quez as well as Yeezy playing together, and Quez has stuck it out thus far. And honestly, so long as you can facilitate Quez on the side of the Barracudas, you have a real good chance of just decreasing a score gap in any singular game. But Quez is also a fantastic defender and a well-rounded player altogether. So I'm excited to see what they can do with their teammates in the coming weeks.
Yeah, and from the time we started with the Esports Tower to now, I mean, the Barracudas have probably gone through like 15 players, but Quez has always been there. And he's mainly the reason why the Barracudas are always a top threat. Didn't get the job done today, but that is a stacked group. But we're going to get a chance to look at Group B. We have the Swerve, who we've seen quite a bit of. Hammerheads and Mammoths, who we saw a bit in the summer, they're coming back. And then we'll have the Gators, the other new team. If they can do what the Eagles did, they're going to be a very tough team. But we'll take a quick break. We'll be back with Group B action right after this break.
Visit NationalGuard.com to begin your guard adventure.
The news says Gen Z is struggling. I've got news for them.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital.
I put out a forest fire.
I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives.
And led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time.
While I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
Welcome back into this broadcast of the Esports Tower Rumble Rocket League Fall Week 2, broadcasting from the Boise State Game Pants Esports Arena. We got a new overall format. Not much going to change this week. We'll have more details next week, but a lot more highlight matches, a lot of opportunities to get more and more players a chance on the big screen. Here are today's competitors. As I said, you take the Eagles and the Swerve, you swap sides. That is Group A. Forsyth, Ghosts, Barracudas, Eagles. We just saw that. Ghosts and Forsyth coming out on top. Barracudas and Eagles, though, looking really strong. Now we're going to take a chance to look at Group B, which still has a very similar feel nerdy to Group A. We've got some old faces returning in the Swerve, a team that I know you and I have been very high on. We also got some teams we haven't seen in a while, the Mammoths and the Hammerheads. And we get a new team, the Gators, in action. Should overall be a ton of fun here. You see some new names and some old teams, but you never know if that old team's going to have a single player you recognize, not only because they changed their name so much, but the Esports Tower does a great job of sort of shuffling lineups to make everybody on the same skill level.
The unfair advantage of Rocket League is the fact that they can change their usernames on the fly, quite literally. We've seen our Boise State players do it, especially Tacky loves to do it just to make us giggle. But beyond that, I'm really excited to see the Mammoths and the Hammerheads return, because notoriously when teams tend to take a little bit of a break, even during our summer series, they took a little bit of time off, and every time they did that, they came back and raised their own personal bar of gameplay higher and higher. So that means that by now, they are definitely going to be looking like a well-rounded team. So very excited to see what they bring to the table.
Before we kick off Group B, though, we do want to take a moment to congratulate all of the Esports Tower Club members who have graduated from the club and been offered scholarships across the country over the last 3 months. Esports Tower Club members have received over $1.2 million in scholarship awards. You can see the breakdown in front of you on the screen. These students have not worked hard in their in-game play, but have worked hard academically as well and have earned these scholarship opportunities. These are players that receive these scholarships, are talented, hardworking, driven, and we cannot be more excited and proud to see all the opportunities they are getting, hopefully able to always be able to monitor them when they do get to the collegiate level. But as 30 said, sometimes names get changed either by school request because you're just feeling something different when you get to college. But love to watch these players grow and grow. And now we're ready to kick things off in Group B. It is the Hammerheads, and it is our final new team of the night, the Gators, both making their Rumble debuts for the fall, but we have seen the Hammerheads in the past. We'll see what they can do. The coaches tell us for this Hammerheads roster they have been working very hard in the short time they've been put together, and we'll see what they can do in the blue against the Gators squad, who we don't really know anything about.
Gators so far look like they're having a little bit of trouble, but they'll be able to clean it up in due time. As you see the Hammerheads get their first goal there after the double commit coming out from the Gators, unfortunately moving into each other. Also, Hammerheads digging the new logo.
That's a fantastic Hammerheads logo. Big shout out to the Esports Tower for that one. The Gators do have a veteran with some Esports Tower Rumble experience on their roster. C-Math, name you might recognize if you've been watching for a while, is on that team, so that'll be some nice in-game coaching they get. But right now, the Hammerheads dominating. They smell blood in the water. Balls right in front of the net. Just barely missing an opportunity to build on this lead.
Got one of the members of the Gators here now getting an easy opportunity to take the ball up. Unfortunately, it will get thrown away there, but it looks like Rocket, I believe was that name of the member of the Hammerheads. It will get taken away from Rocket, but there's another follow-up from one of their teammates to maintain possession here, as they do get a shot on goal, but it's turned away to the far side of the net by one of the members of the Gators.
Some fantastic side control here for the Hammerheads. Keeping this ball on this orange side as long as possible. Is finally stolen away by Bear. Now looking to make some centering play there. Can't quite get it. Huge shot on net from Warstrike. Just kind of rolls in, and the Hammerhead's not giving up any pressure right now.
Oh, it was Frocky. Okay. My apologies, Frocky. I have a hard time reading names sometimes. I swear I passed college English.
It can be hard in Rocket League with how fast these players are moving to see what their names are, especially when they make them so long and they're driving at like, I think 200 kilometers an hour. It's always a guess. It's the Hammerheads. They are not guessing about dominating this game. This has been some insane. I don't think the ball's been on the blue side for more than a few seconds, 30, as that one goes in as well.
I mean, credit where credit's due here. I did say that when teams from Esports Tower take time off, they come back like a whole new team, and that's exactly what the Hammerheads are doing. Granted, the Gators are a brand new face for us to see this evening, and they're going to get a lot of learning out of this match altogether. But this is, of course, a 3-game series, so this could just be them completely testing out how the Hammerheads decide to play and see what they need to do in the next round to make things better and more in their own favor. So we do see them turn away a couple shots on goal here and take away the follow-up opportunity. Now the ball's crossed the midfield mark, but unfortunately just not enough speed and not enough boost in that tank to maintain possession there for the Gators.
Production doing a nice job reminding the Gators, who are not out of this yet, with Broken making a nice save. Doc's keys to the game. You create some mistakes. You punish the overcommit because the Hammerheads have spent a lot of time on your side. You can find a way back in this game quite quickly. Would love to see the demos as well. As that ball gets cleared on net, barely misses. Frookie misses another one. Oh, this is your time to strike for the Gators. You just got to get a big clear, and C-Math going to do just that.
C-Math, as you mentioned, Fish, is one of our returners, so hopefully they are playing that role of the in-game lead here, telling their teammates they need to out-rotate the side of the Hammerheads. They've had a lot of shots on goal. That one barely turned away, and as I say that, the corner was enough of an angle to allow it to bounce in. Now our score is 4-0 with 2 minutes and 10 seconds left. I want to see that gap start to close. The Gators have started to capitalize on the overcommit coming out of the Hammerheads. Let's see if they can keep that up here as we see another shot on goal, but it's a little too far to the side.
C-Math looking for a clear here to start things off for the Gators. Oh, does a great job on a nice little fake out there, but Flaming Cherries able to clear it down. Warstrike not going to be able to get a touch on it. The ball right back on the orange side where it has been a lot of this game. Oh, nice save there by Bear in front of the net, but a huge capitalization there for the Hammerheads. Take a 5-0 lead.
You gotta make sure that you guys are spread out here for the side of the Gators. Having multiple people in the net at once is not something you ever want to have because it means your position is basically all the same, and the ability to follow up on a clear is just not it's not in your favor, as we do see a nice stop there from one of the members of the Gators. Getting it back to the midfield is now on the side of the Hammerheads. Let's see if any of the members of the Gators will get a nice opportunity to steal this ball away in mid-flight. They do just that, taking it over into the corner, but it is taken away during mid-pass by one of the members of the Hammerheads.
Oh, huge demo there. I think that was by C-Math. They have a wide open net.
Oh, it's gonna go in. It's gonna go. Yes!
Sneaks it in. I actually don't think that was. Yeah, that was a Huggabear. Sorry. It's so hard to tell these cars apart sometimes, but really a fantastic demolition into a great shot. 4 goals in a minute is tough, Dirty, but you get a couple goals here and there. That is huge, especially in your first rumble. You're just building confidence.
You're not always looking to win. You're looking for improvement, and that is exactly what the Gators are giving us, already scoring their second goal and sharing the level a little bit. Now, C-Math, you're just reminding me of calculus right now, especially even with the 504 number there, hurting my heart, but it's okay. I just want to see you score a goal, my friend. You are capable of doing so. Just steal the ball away right here and prevent that goal. Nicely done. Now you have the opportunity to turn this around. Let's see if you can prevent the side of the Hammerheads from stealing the ball from you.
Oh, it's a great chance here for the Hammerhead. Hoagie Bear makes a fantastic save. Oh, another follow-up save there as well. Still the pressure coming from the Hammerheads, looking like a fantastic team in their first game. We've been able to see them in the fall. Down to our final 30 seconds. Would assume this lead will hold unless everything comes apart for the Hammerheads. Everybody disconnects, but looks like they're doing just enough to kind of stay in the lead. Flaming Cherry shot goes wide, and let's kind of keep up the side control there. It looks like we will get the update of the score. Hammerheads did win this game and the series 2-0, but this Gators team, you give them a couple weeks Esports Tower coaching, I think they're going to be a very scary bunch.
It's also very deceptive to only be able to see, the final scoreboard, because it's never a true representation of how close these games can end up being. After all, we are only watching the first one of a 3-game series. Oh, my apologies, a 2-game series based off of my remedial math skills there. And even with that, that second game could have been a very, very close scoring game. Could have possibly even gone into overtime for all as we know. For the credit of the Gators, I'm going to say that it did, and it was a very close game, and they only lost by 1.
I think this Gators team, they look strong. I think the one thing you always got to watch out for these teams is, if you get down early, make sure you don't give up. Make sure you keep fighting, and they did just that. As we did, maybe take a look back at Doc's keys to the game in between games, just so we can remind everybody what we're looking for here, especially some of these teams that are newer, the players that are newer to our Rumbles. They are create mistakes, punish the overcommit, don't overstay, bump and demo to disrupt. We've seen a lot of teams, especially on that Group A side, capitalize on that bump and demo. Love to see some teams in Group B take that advantage of that as well. It is all presented by Esports Tower. Score pro advice at esportstower.com. Improve your game sense, improve your team play, improve your performance under pressure. You'll get matched with great players and professional coaches to help you rank up. Well, now let's take a look at our next highlight game in Group B. We'll stick with the Hammerheads, and they'll be taking on the Swerve, which is a roster we have seen quite a bit of. They had some great runs in the summer. I know it's a roster, Nerdy, that you and I were both very high on, expecting them to kind of crack into that upper echelon. And we'll see what they can do here against the Hammerheads roster, who looks pretty strong out the gate with a bit of a miscommunication, and Fruki scores first.
And there was even a demolition there at the end. At least for the swerve, we know we can bring this one back. It'll be interesting to see how they plan to do that. I believe all of the members of the swerve here are ones we've seen before, maybe perhaps from a different team. I do not believe Crayon was originally on the side of the swerve. I think they played for a different team, but have now moved in. It slid into the roster for the swerve recently, so it'll be nice to see how they work well together. The Hammerheads, as we mentioned earlier this summer, had taken a couple different breaks at a time to improve their gameplay, and now taking on a team like the Swerve that we have loved and praised so many times. But as I say that, we do see a second goal scored with just over 30 seconds passing on the clock.
Sunky, Cran, and Crazy Cat, as you mentioned, those are individual talents that are absolutely stacked in terms of skill and experience. We've seen them perform in a number of rumbles over the last few months. The Hammerheads, great try there by Froki, looking for their second goal. Not quite able to find it, but ball still kept alive on that orange side. Finally cleared away by Sunky. Now they got to get it over to the blue side. They'll do just that. Do they have one more goal in them? No, they do not. Crazy Cat trying to set something up. Sunky with a nice little touch there, but it looks like Warstrike able to stop that from going on net.
There was all three members of the Hammerheads there. Thankfully, no one from the Swerve decided to take advantage of that moment to try and get a shot in on goal. It's going to get spiked high here as we see two members collide from different teams there. A shot on goal. The follow-up will find the back of the net for the Hammerheads.
Hammerhead's roster is loaded with goal scorers. I mean, Flaming Cherries was the leading scorer and shot taker in the game we just saw. Hasn't even gotten involved yet, and the Hammerheads already have the lead. But Cran, had a nice solo attempt there. Just barely missed the second attempt. Now that ball back on the orange side. This Hammerheads team aggressive, much like their mascot, and keeping this ball on this orange side quite a bit. Until they say that, the ball gets cleared all the way down right in front of the net. Crazy Cat puts it home.
You know, I find it funny that you mentioned that Flaming Cherries hasn't done anything yet. We've seen that from some of our top tier players per team. Just decide to kind of take more of that backseat supportive role, and then when they're needed, come out in full force and come swinging. We've seen that from Buddy RV, and we've seen that from Quez, so I don't doubt Flaming Cherries is capable of doing it themselves.
We just saw Sunky score an insanely fast kickoff goal, so now would be a great time for Flaming Cherries to get on the board. They get that ball dunked over them. Froki has to make a save just away from the net. Sunky now's got two members right behind him. Crazy Cat's going to take this one. Flaming Cherries with a nice denial in the corner. Kind of a double commit does come out from the Hammerheads until Flaming Cherries finally able to get it around one. Cran and Sunky just kind of forced that ball on net, but it does hit off the crossbar, and the Hammerheads live to see another day.
We do have one of the members of the Swerve trying to play the ball around Flaming Cherries here, who pops it up over their hood to try and take it away, but unfortunately, the spike down onto a hood of one of the members of the Hammerheads will result in a goal for the Swerve.
Swerve took a little bit longer to get going, but starting to pull away in this one. We'll see if the Hammerheads can get a clear. Here's still plenty of time for them, though. 2.5 minutes for 2 goals, nothing to worry about, but you can't let this game get away from you. This Crazy Cat kind of just sort of sits in the corner. That allows a huge play for Froki, but the team wasn't there for the follow-up. Now Flaming Cherries looking to set it up for a teammate, maybe even themselves on a solo goal. Oh, Warstriker just barely misses.
Froki was there to try and take the ball away from the members here of the Swerve in the corner and keep the attack alive for the Hammerheads. Unfortunately, it did get kind of cleared to the mid, but it's already back down onto the Swerve's goal. There is a clear there by one of the Swerve members and their teammates there for the follow-up to help take it to the mid, but Froki steals it during mid-pass and gets a shot on goal. It's a little bit too high, unfortunately, and the follow-up there from Flaming Cherries will not be enough to allow the ball to go in.
Froki looking for a shot. It is wide of the net. Gonna race Cran and Sunky over there. Cran, nice little clear. A couple of misses do go out. Or finally that ball is corralled. Now Cran has it right in front of the Hammerhead's net. Oh, nearly a steal there. Sunky's just gonna retreat, play it safe, steals the boost away from a teammate. The Swerve should be fine with the final 90 seconds here in a nice comfy 2-goal lead, but as I say that, the Hammerheads barely miss on getting within one.
Now we've got one of the members of the Hammerheads trying to take the ball to the side. It is kind of stolen away, but they're still maintaining possession here. We've got Sunky trying to go off that back wall to shoot the ball away. Ward does manage to play it off the back wall, but doesn't get it far enough to land in front of Froki, so Froki has to retreat just a tiny bit to get possession of it. Now we've got Flaming Cherries elevating to play it over multiple members of the Swerve here. It drops down right in front of 2 members of the Swerve. However, now the Swerve have possession, trying to get it clear here with just 52 seconds on the clock.
Time starting to run out on the Hammerheads, but Flaming Cherries with a great second touch. They finally come alive here with 47 seconds left, and there's still plenty of time here, Nerdy, for a comeback as Flaming Cherries nearly scores on the kickoff.
Just enough of a touch on the ball coming up from one of the members of the Swerve. It doesn't matter as Flaming Cherry scores the equalizer with 41 seconds left on that clock.
I thought this game was almost for sure in the hands of the Swerve there, but now we can maybe see overtime. We might even see the Hammerhead score. They've scored 2 in a row. Great play by Warstrike to get the ball right in front of the net. Is cleared away by Crazy Cat. Flaming Cherries has to be careful of the last man of defense. Crazy Cat gets it around him, but wide of the net. Here's Sunky with a shot. Demo happens, but Frocky will make a nice save.
Go one of the members of the Swerve elevated, keep the ball centered up in front of the Hammerhead's goal. It's still too high though. As we see one member come in, it's gonna end up spiking off the ceiling because it collides with them and Frocky. Now it's in the corner on the side of the Swerve. 7 seconds remaining. Will we see a goal get scored, or will we see overtime as that clock ticks down? You can hear the crowd cheering, and now we're at 0 seconds. Is it going to be a no ground touch goal, or is it going to touch the ground? It might be another goal. Nope, it's too far to the left. I think it's going to hit the ground, and it does. We are now in overtime.
It's a fantastic save by, I believe, Cran there. Flaming Cherries was flying in. Now Frocky has a chance to end it in overtime. Off the crossbar. Is there a follow-up for Warstrike? There is. It's just not quite low enough. Now Sunky looking for an opportunity to win this one in overtime. Lobs it on net. Fantastic save by the Hammerheads as well, and we'll keep playing.
That was a great centering pass over to one of their teammates there from Sunky as well. So that nicely done. Just do it again and pray that the other person isn't there. Have your teammate get a demo before you do it. So you see another shot on goal. It's going to get turned away by Frocky there, but one of the Swerve members waiting at the mid will stop it and allow for their teammate to follow it up. It's still here pretty close to that midfield stripe though. No one with a clear possession as it does get shot over towards the Hammerhead goal.
Sunky now waiting by the Swerve goal. Makes a great stop around Warstriker. Ball in that midfield. Crazy Cat barely misses. Cran didn't quite get a great angle on that one. Crazy Cat did get a demo, but the ball wasn't hit hard enough. Sunky now, quick shot. That forces the double commit, but the Hammerheads keep the great save and keep us in the game until Frocky looking for an opportunity, and Cran this time makes a great save. Nobody wants to lose this game.
We do have the members of the Hammerheads here with a little bit better of a situation to be in, but now the ball has crossed the midfield. It's stolen away anyway. The Hammerheads playing off the ceiling towards one of their teammates on the ground, and Flaming Cherries gets a nice touch on it, passing it back towards one of their teammates to play it around. 2 members of the Swerve here. It's not enough though. And as I say that, he gets shot back towards the goal by one of the members of the Hammerheads.
Cran makes a great little play there around one of the members of the Hammerheads. Now it's Crazy Cat's turn. Ball right in front of the net. Cran's got to be careful. Flaming Cherry shot just barely redirected. Ooh, there is. Great job by Sunky, and it goes in.
Almost 2 whole minutes of overtime. That was beautiful. Oh, and there was a hat trick.
That's some of Sunky's hat trick as well for the game. That was crazy. That was one of the best overtime games we've seen in the Rumble. I mean, that was a lot of saves, a lot of near misses. Overall, a fantastic series there for both those teams. And so far, I mean, all of these teams have played really, really strong. Almost every game has been very close. Maybe towards the end, we've seen a couple blowouts. But heading into our final match of the night, Nerdy, we've seen some fantastic play from everybody.
I honestly, Esports Tower never disappoints here in our, at least in my opinion. I'm pretty sure you agree as well, Fish, that every time every single team always puts on a great show, including the high school teams that come in. Forsyth is always very fun to watch. And now we're going to be moving into a match with 2 teams that we've seen more than once. We can kind of know what to expect, but after all, one of them, and I believe that is the Mammoths, who's going to be in this next game, has taken a little bit of time off, just like the Hammerheads did. So let's see how much improvement they've managed to make in that time that they took off to just relax a little bit and get better at their gameplay.
Yeah, it will be the Swerve and the Mammoths in our final match of the night. We will get to see the entire series. It is a best of 3. And as you mentioned, the Mammoths did take a little bit of a time off. Both these rosters, I've been told, are very stacked with individual talent and in-game knowledge. And it's, I don't know if it's a revenge match is the right word, but it is sort of an interesting storyline. Sunky originally got their start on the Red Mammoths, used his in-game knowledge and leadership skills to help that team make a couple of nice runs in our summer series. Now they're on the other side of the field on the Swerve alongside Cran and Crazy Cat. I don't know if the Mammoths will go out for revenge, but it is definitely something to keep in mind as we kick off game 1 here, starting off. It's a fantastic attempt there by the Swerve, but it is turned away.
Got two of the members of the Mammoths unfortunately colliding in mid-flight there while going for the ball. Thankfully, the follow-up from their teammate who was in the goal did manage to get it cleared, but it's going to be cleared right back by one of the members of the Swerve. As it goes up the side wall with no one with clear possession, the ball is going to waterfall down with just barely getting a touch on it from one of the members of the Swerve.
Swerve so far pretty dominant. It's Protato going to get a great pass over to a teammate, but can't quite connect. Centers it up once again. Static trying to sneak one in on net, but it will be cleared away. And now Sunky with that ball. Can't quite get the boost though. It's going to make it very hard to continue dribbling upfield, so Crazy Cat will pinch it around right in front of the net, but Static going to make another fantastic save. Fran keeps the ball alive for the Swerve though, right in front of the net. Can't quite find the back of it. Sunky one more attempt, not able to find it either.
It does get cleared over towards the side of the Swerve here in front of their goal. There is a shot, but just enough of a bounce off of one of the members of the Swerve there to send it right back towards the midfield area, as it's saved by, I believe, Protato right there.
Fran centers it up for Crazy Cat. Double commit does come out. It's all up to Protato. Can't quite get a touch on it. Sunky's shot is high. Follow up also just a tad bit high. Crazy Cat misses the third. The Mammoths defense holding strong here for the first 90 seconds. Sunky going to give him one more test as Crazy Cat comes flying in. Centers it up for Crayon, but that shot's high as well.
We do see a demolition come out, though, from one of the members on the Swerve to a Mammoth member, so they're down for a couple of seconds. The respawn just now happened, so now they're full force, but they need to get some boost in their tank in order to survive here. We're almost at the 3-minute mark, and 0 goals have been scored, but plenty shots have been taken. It's just none of them have found the back of the net.
A lot of those shots have been taken by the Swerve as well, who continue this side control. Finally cleared out of the blue side, but only for a fleeting moment before Crazy Cat plus Cran get a great combo to get the ball all the way back down. Let's get cleared away. Gets around 2 members of the Swerve. It's a huge opportunity for the Mammoths. Unfortunately, one of their members just sort of undershot that ball and allowed the Swerve to recover. Does kept alive though. Static can't quite find the net. It's way too high.
Static still has an opportunity to get a touch on the ball. One of their teammates will come in though and center it up off the back wall. Now Protato comes in. It's shot just a little bit too low. Static comes in, centers it up for Protato. Goes a little bit too far to the left though. And now they are trying to corral it down away from most members of the Swerve. It does end up getting sent to the midfield though.
Ooh, Crazy Cat looking to sneak that one around Static. Not quite able to. Played off the back wall. Here comes Sunky. Misses. And another huge miss. Protato's got a wide open net. He's just got to be able to find it. And I think that demo kind of reset everything for the Swerve. The Swerve have found themselves in a couple scary spots in this first game, Nerdy. Just haven't been punished for it yet.
They also just had, as I was about to say, have taken a lot of shots and not had a lot of luck. It goes in, so that's nicely done for the Swerve. Still got a little less than 2 minutes on the clock, though, so the Mammoths have plenty of time to bring it back and score another goal for themselves. After all, it took over half of this first round to even get a goal scored for either side.
See if the Mammoths are up to the task here in game 1. Oh, great play, looking to center it over to Static. Not quite able to, not Earth. Last one on defense, centers it up. Unfortunately, mistake. Fran capitalizes, and the Swerve, just like that, have doubled their lead.
2-goal lead, still easy to change that up a little bit here, but the Swerve, similar to that of some of the other teams we've seen, changed their play style in the last moments of the match to throw things off, I feel like, because those 2 goals were scored very fast and in a manner that was much cleaner than we were seeing at the start of this round.
Crane looking to play it back to Sunky over to Crazy Cat. Everybody getting involved down there in the corner for the Swerve, but not in front of the Mammoths net. Is now not Earth. Going to dribble it upfield. Runs into Cran. Ball popped up. Double commit from Protato and Static. That immediately is punished by the Swerve to keep the ball on the blue side. Not Earth looking for a clear. Crazy Cat gets a nose on it though to keep it on the blue side. Static with a small touch. Over to Protato, but that one turned away as well.
Got a shot on goal coming up from one of the members of the Swerve there. It was a little bit too high, though. There's the follow-up getting taken away by Static. Nice save there for one of the members of the Mammoth, as now the ball is still over here on the blue side. Got Sunky coming in to get a shot on goal. Is centered up for another teammate, and it does eventually go in. Actually, that was Sunky who got the follow-up. I'm not quite sure who took the initial shot. I think it was Crayon.
Yeah, Cran carded with their second goal. 5 shots for them as well. That probably is the door slammed shut on game 1 for any hopes of a Mammoths comeback. Even the scoreboard operator believes this. They will also flip that over to a 1-0 series lead for the Swerve. But a well-fought game. Oh, nearly another one added there for Cran, looking for that hat trick. Swerve, I feel like you see their 10 shots to 2. That 3-0 scoreline probably could have been a lot bigger. So some great defense by the Mammoths to keep them in that game as long as they did.
I mean, 10 shots is a lot to defend against, in all honesty, so
Yeah.
credit to the Mammoths on that one. They still have 2 more games, though, to try and bring this back. However, they do have to make sure that they win out this next one in order to bring us to a full 3-game series. They showed signs of life for sure. They were just really struggling on some of those double commits. Let's hope that they clean it up and their coach got in their ears a little bit between that first round and this coming up into the second one to prevent that from happening on this next one. But, I mean, for the side of the Swerve, we saw a very scoreless game for a large portion of this one. Over 2.5 minutes had passed before any goal was scored, and then 3 goals were scored for the side of the Swerve within, I think, 90 seconds.
Yeah.
So let's see if they can keep that up, but also I really want to see the Mammoths clean up their rotations and those double commits on this next round.
Yeah, I think in particular Not Earth and Static, if they're able to figure things out, because Potato had a couple of great individual moments, but I agree with you. If you use that defense that kept that game scoreless, I think the Mammoths, if they are able to store up those double commits, as you said, hopefully their coach able to just kind of get in their ear for these next 60 seconds, say, hey, we fix those double commits, especially in net, it's going to be a lot harder for the Swerve to score. This could definitely go to a game 3. We will have to find out, though, as game 2 about ready to kick off. Swerves and Mammoths, our final match of the night, and off the kickoff that got kind of launched right up in the air. Crazy Cat gets a great shot on net. Sunky's shot is high, so is Cran. Somebody's got to tell the Swerve that the goal is not as tall as they think it is.
I mean, they can keep shooting it high if you're rooting for the Mammoths here to try and see if we can bring this to a 3-game series. Keep shooting it high. Swerve give the Mammoths a little bit more of an opportunity to get some more shots on goal themselves. But still, that's more shots that we've seen come out for the side of the Blues, so they need to try and find those opportunities themselves, because the more shots you take, the more chances you have to get a goal. As we do see, that one is going to be taken away by one of the Mammoths' own teammates, one of those, again, unfortunate double commits coming out from them.
Cran looking to clear to midfield. Potato is there, pops it up in the air. Will they make a play on it? No. It's Crazy Cat who gets there first. Sunky with a nice touch, but Not Earth with a huge midair dunk. Ball's going to waterfall down right in front of the net. Not Earth gets a great bump, but Potato can't quite get there in time. Scary moment there for the Swerve. Sunky's able to clear it away, give them some breathing room.
It's now going up towards the midfield. It's right in front of the Swerve goal, but it's a little bit too far to the left, and no one's there for the follow along. Sunky to get the clear here all the way back to the midfield stripe. As one of the members of the Mammoths redirects it, and it looks like, yes, it will go in.
Mammoths get the lead there. I think that was Potato with a fantastic little play. Yes, it was. And right off the kickoff, Not Earth nearly puts a second one in. Potato looking to build on this lead. Bounces it over Sunky, bounces it around Cran and around Crazy Cat. And that is a goal the Swerve will not have the enjoyment of watching in a VOD review, because that was just 3 unfortunate misses.
I am wondering what the heck happened to the Mammoths between these last 2 rounds, because that was very uncharacteristic compared to the last one, at least. We do see the ball get stolen away by one of the members of the Swerve here at the midfield, though. They're right in front of, they're in the corner near the Mammoths goal. Sunky's there to get a centering shot. It is popped a little bit high by one of the members of the Mammoths. However, all 3 members are there in the goal, so it's going to be very difficult for them to get side control here if that's what they're looking to do. Post is clear here from Static, who's going to take it up the side.
Crazy Cat with a nice little steal, but Potato reads a great little pass perfectly. And now Cran in the corner racing in 1-on-2. Static steals it away. Wants to get it around to the wall up onto that orange side. Does that for Crazy Cat. Carries it the length of the field, Not Earth with a great defensive save. The Mammoths with the 2-goal lead looking to add to a Potato. Barely stopped looking for that hat trick. Static's attempts wide of the net, and Sunky will just lob it back to the blue side.
We have, it looks like Not Earth elevating, and unfortunately did not get good possession, but Potato was there to follow them up and send it to the mid. But Sunky takes a shot from the midfield, and it does find the back of the net.
I think it was Cran also who threw a couple of bumps in as well, made that goal look wide open. So great little team play there. Going back to Doc's keys, bump it, demo 2, disrupt. That's exactly what the Swerve do to get back to within 1 goal into the second half of game 2. Potato waiting down there, does play it around Cran, can't get it around Sunky though. Not Earth gonna make a fantastic save, keep his team in the lead.
We do have a disruption coming off from one of the members of the Swerve. It's going to take it all the way down to the corner and demo 2 members of the Mammoths, I think, by themselves. So now they're down to 1 member for 3 seconds. Let's see if it's going to open up enough time for the Swerve to find a goal here. Unfortunately, they have spawned back. The Swerve did not take advantage of the manpower that they had there. Takes another shot on goal, and Not Earth will be there for the save.
Swerve still with a ton of pressure. Sunky coming in, but Not Earth with a great challenge. Ran one of the pass back. Crazy Cat wasn't quite there, though. Potato will collide with their own teammate, clear it down to that orange side. Give the Mammoths some breathing room in our final 90 seconds. Looking for that insurance goal, potentially Not Earth. Playing it off the wall. Here comes Static. That one gets stopped, and Sunky able to dribble it upfield.
It does get taken away by one of the members of the Mammoths. Looks like Potato, who's going to try and drop it down to the midfield. It is read perfectly by, I believe, Sunky there, who gets a nice pop-up to one of their teammates, but his shot on goal a little bit too high. The follow-up from their teammates will collide with Potato, just enough to prevent it from rolling in. And now we've got Not Earth trying to take it up the side.
Can't sneak it around Cran, though. Huge demo from Potato. Takes out that midfielder for the Swerve. Shuts down that attack. Now Sunky has respawned, but enough breathing room for Static to look for a clear. Does just that. Sunky keeps it alive off the wall. Second touch. Huge save by Potato to keep his team in the lead.
The ball is still over here on the side of the Mammoths, and after how many shots they've taken, I would not be surprised if the Swerve were starting to get frustrated just a little bit here, trying to find the back of the net and just not working in their favor. Now we've got the ball in the air with one of the Swerve members dropping it down right in front of the blue goal. It is going to be turned away by Static, though the follow from Sunky will be enough to keep the attempt alive over here. Potato will stop the redirect, though, at the mid and allow the Swerve to come swooping in and score the equalizer.
13 seconds left. Just look at the shots on goal. Sunky has 7. The Swerve have 11 shots to the Mammoths 3. Yet somehow we find ourselves in a 2-2 game with 5 seconds on the clock. And the Swerve winning in regulation does not appear to be so. The Mammoths probably going to look to ground it, but Not Earth gets a huge clear. Sunky just gets it away from their own net, and we'll reset for overtime here in game 2.
All right, under or over 1 minute overtime, Fish?
I'll just go slightly under. I'm feeling like 45 to 55 seconds.
All right, I'm going to say 1:30.
Oh, huge clear by Earth, but nice return by Cran. So far, everybody playing pretty cautiously. No shots on goal yet. Static had a wide open net. Oh, the ball just bounces away from them. That bounced off the wall into their lap. That would have been a free game winner.
Now we've got Sunky with a centering shot here on the goal. It is going to be turned away just slightly by Static there. We do still have possession, though, in favor of the Swerve over here on the side of the blue feet, on the side of the Mammoths, where you see a demolition come out in the corner as well. A double demolition come out, so Static has an opportunity to get a nice shot on goal here. Let's see if they can take advantage of that. And they do, bringing our score for rounds to 1-1. Nice prediction, by the way, Fish. 45 seconds on the dot.
Potato bailing me out there. I did not think that the Mammoths were going to win that game. He gets a hat trick. He had 3 saves as well. Honestly, Potato playing spectacularly, and the rest of the Mammoths team sort of figured things out. And the Swerve have to be, I'm sure this is just a very frustrating 60 seconds. They, I think, almost tripled the shots on goal for the Mammoths and lost. That's always really frustrating because what else can you do, Nerdy? You're putting shots on net. They're just not finding their way in, which is a credit to the Mammoths defense.
Yeah, and you just gotta, if you're the Swerve, keep taking more shots. I mean, it does kind of, it probably hurts your heart a little bit if you're on the side of the Swerve to see that you've taken, 11, 13, 12 shots at the goal and have only scored the 2 goals in total, and the other team has not. But you got to keep in mind that when you have less goal-scoring opportunities, your precision is really what's going to have to win you out at the end of the day. Whereas for the side of the Swerve, they have had a lot of opportunities to get shots on the goal, so their precision doesn't need to be as close to getting in when they have that many chances. But cleaning up that precision is ultimately what's going to lead them to be able to actually make that gap much larger and prevent the comebacks like we just saw.
Well, we'll see. Can the Mammoths, maybe by some miracle, despite being outshot, come back and win Game 3 with a mini reverse sweep, or will the Swerve find the back of the net a few more times and really put this one away? We're about to kick off Game 3. Maybe it's the Mammoths' turn to get all the shots on net, and the Swerve's turn to play defense. The Swerve has had some great side control, but right now, here comes Potato, the hero of Game 2. Just misses a bad touch by Static, means it's an open net, but Cran can't redirect the ball in time, and the Mammoths able to recover.
Potato sends the ball up to the midfield, but it is found by one of the members of the Swerve, takes a shot on goal, and another follow-up shot from one of their teammates. There is just enough disruption from one of the members of the Mammoths to not let it have a good angle there, as we see Sunky, and it looks like Static trying to battle over the ball here, ultimately leaving Static to take the ball up the side.
Oh, Not Earth elevates, huge demolition. They just need the rebound here. Crazy Cat just wasn't in a good spot there, and they get demoed as well. Sunky going to keep this ball alive. It has spent the first 45 seconds of the game basically all on the blue side. You see a member of the Swerve come flying in, just barely miss on it. Finally, Not Earth opens it up for a brief moment before Cran hits it right back to the blue side. Barely misses the shot, and Sunky's follow-up just a bit wide as well.
Got Crazy Cat now trying to recenter the ball up for one of their teammates as Sunky's rotating back. It plays off the side while Sunky does get a touch on it, but one of the members of the Mammoths, I believe that is Not Earth, comes in with the follow-up from Static, will find the back of the net.
Great job by Static to give the Mammoths the lead. Only one shot so far for the Swerve. I feel like they hang at a couple more, but sometimes Rocket League is a bit finicky on what they credit as a shot and what they don't. As Crazy Cat gets the ball to the blue side immediately. Potato's got almost a wide open net. Did not see Cran there. He was lurking beneath the ball, and he makes a great save.
We see Cran pass the ball over, well, Cran gets the ball passed over to them as Sunky's trying to figure out where they need to be there on the field. Now we've got one of the members of the Mammoths taking it down towards the other side. Sunky's there to reads it perfectly, spikes it high over Static, drops down right in front of the goal, but just a vertical shot. But the follow-up from one of their teammates will find the back of the net. Nicely done there from Cran to bring us to a 1-1 score with just a little over 3 minutes on the clock.
See what the Mammoths can do. This has by far been their best start to a game. See if they're able to add a couple more shots as the Swerve's offense is starting to build some pressure here. Crazy Cat looking for a rebound to a teammate or maybe even themselves, but a nice challenge by Potato. Keeps it away from the net. Sunky pass over to Crazy Cat. Rebound here for Sunky. Bounces in. The Swerve have the lead.
All three members of the Swerve have taken 2 shots on goal, and so far only 2 have found their way into the back of the net. So
Whoa!
What? Whoa, hold up. What was that?
That didn't even count as a shot. That was just a crazy ricochet off a kickoff. Hey, that's why kickoffs are so important. We talk about it all the time, and that gives the Swerve a huge 2-goal lead here in Game 3.
Honestly, if they just want to work on their passing and make sure they're disrupting passing lanes for the Mammoths, now is the opportunity to do that. Just work on your defense here for the Swerve. Make sure that the other side doesn't get nearly as many shots on goals. You see a demolition come out. Now we've got Static who's able to take the ball up the side here. It's going to be disrupted by Crazy Cat. And a collision between members of both sides there at the midfield will allow Sunky to get another shot on goal that's turned away there by one of the members of the Mammoths.
Oh, Crazy Cat, what a play.
Woo!
That was, I did not think they were going to get the angle there. That was insane.
2 minutes and 14 seconds on the clock with a 3-goal differential. Sunky wins a nice kickoff. It does get touched just a little bit by one of the members of the Mammoths to turn it wide to the side. Demolition comes out as well. So we do see Crazy Cat get the ball here into the corner, playing it off the wall to themselves, scoring a goal right away for them to bring our score to 1-5.
Cran picking up their 3rd goal. Now everybody on the Swerve has 3 shots, sharing the love. Sunky's gonna add another one.
Oh, okay. All right, Swerve, time to calm down a little bit.
That was, I mean, we talked about how frustrating it has to be when you take triple the shots and only are able to find the net twice. They have now taken, I think, as many shots as they did in Game 2, and they have 6 goals. Mammoth's defense looked great there for the first minute, but now the Swerve have really turned things on here now that it's Game 3. What a play there by Crazy Cat as well.
We do see Not Earth trying to win possession of the ball in mid-flight. Unfortunately, all 3 members of the Mammoths will miss it and eventually get a nice touch, though, sliding it to the mid. Cran will take it away, though, playing it off the back wall. It's centered up. Is there a follow-up from a teammate? Unfortunately, not fast enough along Static to clear it just far enough away for it to almost hit the midfield mark, but now we've got Cran battling out for the ball right here away from one of the members of the Mammoths.
Crazy Cat gonna clear it down. Not Earth, not quite able to get a great touch. Sunky with a nice challenge onto Potato, but it is cleared away. Potato looking to get the Mammoths a couple of goals at the end of the game. Can't quite find the center. All 3 members of the Swerve collapse on that ball. Under 60 seconds now in Game 3. Looking more and more decisive that the Swerve will come out with this Game 3 win, but Potato bounces it in, and we've seen, I think, 4 goals in about 30 seconds in the Esports Tower, so it's not over yet if you are a Mammoth fan.
The kickoff does not go to either side on that one either, so it's looking more, the Mammoths have more opportunity here to possibly equal this out. 40 seconds left on the clock. They gotta get a goal now, or it's gonna be borderline impossible, and it'll be the squeak of night for their run here, with the Swerve taking a victory out of this 3-game series. However, 30 seconds, they have the opportunity here if they can turn this one away. Unfortunately, there's just not enough disrupting happening here to prevent it from leaving their side of the field just yet, as Static does manage to get it across, and Cran returns it right back over.
Unfortunately, time will run down on the Mammoths.
Oh, Sunky, don't style on him like that. Okay, thank you.
4 goals in 6 seconds, not possible. But the Mammoths, the hard-fought game, all the way till the very end, and the Swerve just found the back of the net. Can they do it one more time? Almost. That ball would have bounced in if we had any more time on the clock, but the Swerve will be victorious in a very hard-fought and evenly matched game. Swerve managed to put some goals together there at the very end, but really all 8 teams we saw tonight very impressive in their own right, even though some of them probably didn't get the results they're hoping for. Overall, a great kickoff to get back to our 3-on-3 Rumble season. And, you know, going at it alone, Nerdy, can only get you so far. If you want to level up your chance of success, you have to level up your teaming skills. We saw that with the Swerve. Once they started passing that ball around, once I think everybody had 4 shots on goal and 3 shots on goal, they were really able to pull away in that game 3. This is a very good Swerve team that I think can make some noise with some of those teams from Group A that we saw tonight. The Esports Tower really takes time to create teams of well-matched teammates. Give a shout-out to Coach Jake. And if you're watching and haven't checked out the Esports Tower clubs yet, you should. It is a fast track to rank up. So let's take a look at the group play seeding here after tonight. We've got the Ghosts in first, Forsyth in second, Barracudas in third, and the Eagles, despite not winning a game in Group A in their first ever Rumble, played phenomenally, especially against the Ghosts and Forsyth. Meanwhile, over in Group B, we saw the Swerve just barely eke past the Mammoths. Hammerheads take second, Mammoths third, Gators fourth, all leading up till next week, where, like we said, it'll be a bit of a different format, a lot more focus on highlight matches between some of these teams, which I cannot wait to see. But overall, a fantastic first week of our 3-on-3 Fall Rumble.
Yeah, I can't argue with you that in any way, shape, or form. I'm excited to see how things go from here on out. I feel like that last series that we just got to watch, especially for the Mammoths, is going to be a lot of review opportunity for them. But hopefully their coach sees that second game and goes, you see this is how I want you guys to always to be playing, because they were like a completely different team during that one. I don't know what happened, what type of Gatorade or freaking pineapple juice or something that they drank to play like how they did. They need to keep that energy up throughout the entire series, and we could see them easily move past some of the other teams that we see here in the Esports Tower Rumble and work their way into those top 4 teams that we end up talking about a lot.
Well, as we prepare to wrap up this Rumble, I mean, we saw basically we got to see every single team once, a couple teams twice, just depending on how the matches shook out. Who would be your ICCU player of the game, Nerdy? I know there's probably a couple of great nominations for some of the players we saw on multiple occasions.
I'm going to go with Cran on this one. What about you?
Oh, man, that is a tough one. I was going to go with Sunky. I feel like it's somebody from the Swerve. I would go with Sunky. Cran was a great choice as well. Though Pro-Tato, I mean, that game 2 alone was a great highlight. But I think I'll stick with Sunky.
All right, well, let's see what broadcast and production have decided is going to be the ultimate factor here. After all, we can only give nice suggestions, and it is Cran. Nicely done.
Great job. Both of us getting a prediction right now. Cran played spectacular. It's great to see them on this Swerve team. This Swerve team is very individually skilled with Sunky with that in-game leadership. They're going to be a scary team. I cannot wait to see kind of how the highlight matches work out next week. But our player of the game is brought to you by Idaho Central Credit Union, because a great player makes the team more successful. It's like Idaho Central's helping members achieve financial success. Cran is your ICCU player of the week for this week's Rumble with some spectacular goals to barely eke past the Mammoths.
I'm excited for next week. That's all I can say about this. As my first week back with these guys and back with you, Fish, here at the Esports Rumble for Rocket League, this was great.
Yeah, and honestly, like I said, we saw all 8 teams, which doesn't always get a chance to happen, and really all of them had their impressive moments, especially the Eagles. Honestly, that is the team I am most impressed by. You get a very, very hard group with the Ghosts, who is the full Supersonic Legends team, Forsyth Central, who's one of the better high school teams we've seen, and then, of course, the Barracudas, who have been winning basically everything in the last 2 months. even though they didn't get the wins they wanted, the fact that the Eagles still had some great individual showing, they're going to be a tough team. But as we prepare to close this out, do you have any final takeaways for on the night?
I said it earlier, and it's that final scoreboard can be very deceptive with how well every team can perform, especially like within regards to the Eagles. I feel like they kind of drew the short straw, and you have the option of being like, you know, the best, like the biggest fish in a small lake, or the smallest fish in a big ocean. It's like, where do you want to be? And it feels like they are, you know, the smallest fish in a big ocean, where they would have been the biggest fish in a lake. So they have a lot of time and a lot of room to grow here, and I'm excited to see what they do in the coming weeks. So that means for the rest of those teams in Group A, y'all better watch out and keep improving. Otherwise, the Eagles are going to be hot on your tires here within just a short time frame.
Yeah, I think there's a couple of great matches that I want to see next week in our first ever highlight show. Cannot wait to see kind of how everything works out, because I think Forsyth Ghost would be a great one. I think Eagles and Swerve, as you mentioned, if the Eagles win that, it's like, well, you could have been the best team in Group A or Group B, but also you had some great games in Group A. But congratulations to all the teams in the group stage for a great showing, some really entertaining games. We'll be back next week on Wednesday, 4 p.m. Mountain Time, for our first ever highlight show. Cannot wait to see how that goes. Everything's going to be a best of 7, which is absolutely fantastic. There's a ton of Rocket League. Cannot wait for that, but we will close out with the top 5 presented by the Idaho Army National Guard, who invites you to take your impressive critical thinking skills into real time. More than 10 jobs offering a $20,000 bonus and your degree of choice paid for. The Idaho Army National Guard is the best team out there. Reach out on Twitch at iGuard Gaming, and here are your top 5 plays from this week's Rumble.